So hello everybody. We're at the end of our conference, and I'm just going to make some brief closing remarks so that I don't get in the way of what I know is the most important part of many conferences such as this, which is the getting to know you, getting to know each other. You don't know me. My name is Ratna Omidvar. I'm the president of the Maitree Foundation, which is also code for, thank you, kind of kid myself. I'm the president of the Maitree Foundation, and I work for Alejandra Bravo, who is right now at Here and Now, doing a media interview about the work that the kind of work that we talked about today. So I think it's good she's there, and you have to pretend I'm her. But I want to start off by wishing you all a very happy New Year. Today is March the 20th. In many parts of the world, spring is being celebrated today. Let's show a hand for the Iranians in the room. Nowruz Shoma Mubarak. I hope you have a wonderful New Year. And for those who are not Iranians, trust me, walk outside today. You'll feel spring, you'll feel renewed. I've been asked to thank all the presenters, but who I really want to thank is the fantastic team at Maitree that actually put this conference together. Yes. My colleagues Marco Campana, Stephanie Saunders, Katerina Vukobratovic, our colleague Vivian Gallegos, who came back with a baby to attend this conference and help out, even when she's on mat leave, and of course, the indefatigable Alejandra Bravo. I went on Twitter feed, and I'm very happy to know that there were a number of us tweeting. My tweets are not so great, but I try. But here's the interesting thing. The top trendsetter today was, I believe, budget. After that came Netanyahu. And then there was something else. And then there was collaboration. So we did well. We did really well. I don't know about you, but I always like to say that when I go to a conference, I have to come out with 5 good ideas. And so I'm going to tell you 5 good ideas, 5 good things, 5 amazing thoughts that I learned. And I want to encourage you to have your own 5 good ideas and 5 good thoughts and tweet about them or send them to us so we can compile them in some kind of way. So the first thing I heard, and this was from the panel that our ex-mayor with the community activists hosted, the first thing I heard is that when we do work like this, the work that involves grassroots activists taking leadership on change, not top-down leadership, but grassroots leadership, then it means we also need a different kind of leadership. And we often need leaders who are capable and have the capacity and the empathy to lead from behind, and sometimes from the middle. So the leader, the narrative, the North American, I think, narrative of the single leader at the front leading all his or her followers is not the leadership that we need for this kind of grassroots leadership. The next thing I heard, and I really do relate to it in a very intuitive way, that the service delivery paradigm will never create systemic change. In fact, I will suggest to you that the service delivery paradigm enslaves many community organizations. It prevents them from the engagement and the empowerment that we have heard of today from the Workers' Action Center, from PARC, and from other places. Again, we heard that engagement is important, but you have to have smart engagement. Engage with people in engaging ways, in different ways. I'm looking forward to hearing about the frozen $10 minimum wage being put in front of parliamentarians tomorrow. And, you know, I think that's a smart idea. We all have smart ideas, so let's really bring them to the fore. At the session I attended on digital media, And I'm not quite a Luddite. I think I'm a little bit there. I'm not quite a Luddite. I have excellent coaching from Marco, who has coached me along. I tweet, I have followers, I make mistakes, but I do all this. I learned, and I thought this was important, community engagement and digital engagement today go hand in hand. If you want to engage communities, do not rely on old-fashioned strategies. They might be really you might have great affection for sitting down with people and having a cup of coffee, and that's great, but make sure you enhance that with a whole back end of digital work, and there were wonderful ideas over there. And then finally, I heard this, this tweet that came across again from Collaboration, is that if we want to do this kind of work, bottom-up, grassroots work, which is sustainable because citizens in low-income communities are themselves at the front of change, then we have to move from thinking about I to thinking about we. And I thought that was such a wise statement from Winnie Ying to help us to help me at least think about what are the 5 good things I learned. But those were my 5 good ideas. I'm going to challenge each one of you to come up with your own 5 good ideas and send them to me. Send them to Alejandra. We will put them together. For those of you who prefer a visual representation of what was discussed, we actually have a bit of a nice visual map that we will, how will we be sending it to you? I don't know, but Alejandra will manage. So this conference concludes a big project, a big journey that we have been on led by Alejandra and Vivian, which is called Building Blocks. But it is not the end of our journey in working in poor communities with residents at the front of making change. We have the luxury to think about what the future will look like. And you have the unique opportunity, since you've worked with us, you've been here, to give us your idea of what and how and when and with whom Maitree should carry on this kind of work in different ways. So as I said, this is not the end. You will all be receiving a toolkit filled with good ideas, successful practices, and strategies. Maitree never does things in half measures. We started today at 10 o'clock with a panel discussion on whether or not enabling permanent residents who are not citizens in Toronto to vote in local elections is a degradation of citizenship or an enhancement. Then we went on to this, and as I wish you goodbye, at 5:30, the next lot will arrive. You are welcome. Are they welcome, Alejandra? Yeah. See, I do work for her. To stay, this is a fascinating discussion about another kind of leadership. And this is about leadership of diverse, visible minorities and underrepresented immigrants on agencies, boards, and commissions in the region. As you know, we are really, really big in making sure that the people who live in the city should also have a share of the influence and privilege that is enjoyed at boardrooms around the table. So that's what happens at 5:30. I want to wish you all thank you very much. I want to thank you. I want to thank the Toronto Public Library for having this wonderful, affordable space finally in the City of Toronto to have a conference. For those of you who I am saying goodbye to, have a safe journey. Enjoy your first evening of spring. And for those who are staying, mix around, mingle, give us ideas. Thank you very, very much.